If I'm comfortable in my life now, why should I want Moshiach?
When I was a kid growing up, I had a teacher tell me a story that the Rebbe by Fabrengen once said that a Yid wrote him a letter that he found out, that he heard, that he witnessed. The Rebbe talked about Mashiach so passionately, and he wrote to the Rebbe, "Why do I have to want Mashiach so much? I have a Cadillac." This is the 1960s, a Cadillac. And the Rebbe cried. The Rebbe cried. The Rebbe cried when he told the story. On the most simplistic level, what do people think of Mashiach as? We'll be healthy, we'll have long lives, we'll be rich, we'll be safe, and things will be good. Mashiach is wonderful. No. So some people, Taka, don't have wealth, or Rahman al-Lisan, health, or happiness, or security, feeling of safety. So they have a reason to want Mashiach, if that's what Mashiach is. What about those of us who have been blessed? They have wealth, and they have health, and they have security, and they have purpose. And the Rebbe used to call this Golus B'teich Golus. When you look at Golus, and you call it Geula, that's the ultimate Golus. Cheshach Kofel M'chupel, the Rabbi used to call it. And he would quote the Teiras HaBaal Shem Tov HaYadua, V'nechi haster aster. There's a pasuk in Teira, in Parshas Nitzavim, which the Rebbe spoke about very emotionally in the hours before his mother passed away. Vav Tishrei Tavshin Chaf Hei. V'nechi, the Baal Shem Tov says, V'nechi haster aster, I'm going to hide my face. But he says a double lashon of haster. So the Baal Shem Tov translated, the hester alein is behester. That Hashem's concealing his face is itself concealed, meaning to say you think you see him. And when Hashem is hiding from you, at least you know he's hiding from you, you know the situation as it is. When Hashem is hiding from you and you walk around and think, oh, I'm very close to the Eibishter, that's a double tragedy. And that's the issue. And I'm going to say it straight. I'm going to just tell it to you the way it is. Mashiach is a religious idea. Period, the end. Mashiach is not about health, and it's not about safety, and it's not about security, it's not about any of those things, even though those things are true. Mashiach is about this earth, this world, and every person, including me and you, being at harmony with Torah and mitzvahs. In other words, instead of seeing Torah and mitzvahs as incompatible with the world, incompatible with our lives, or to say it alternatively, that Yiddishkeit complicates my life. It makes it harder for me to enjoy the pleasures that I wish to enjoy. It makes it harder for me to pursue the goals which I've set for myself because I have this limitation and that inhibition and that prohibition. You see that Torah is God's will. And every mitzvah in the Torah is aligned perfectly with this world. The only way this world can have health, the only way a human being on this earth can have health, if he lives according to each one of the Tayag mitzvahs. Because each one of the Tayag mitzvahs contributes another aspect to the health of the world. But the health of the world doesn't only mean that I have good things. The health of this world is that I serve a purpose. And my ultimate purpose is to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We want Mashiach because Mashiach means that we see that this is Hashem's world. We see how Torah and mitzvahs is not a pain in the neck, and an obstruction, and a challenge, and an obstacle, and a complication that needs to be addressed so we can go on living our lives, but it's our life itself. So then along comes a Yid and says, I'm not interested in Torah and mitzvahs. Okay, I'm frum, but it's mitzvahs anoshim elumad, something that I need to do. My life is my vacation, my life is my membership in the golf club, it's going to the ball game, it's going out to eat. That is a tragedy. Because it reflects such a distance from what Judaism is. And certainly what Mashiach is in Judaism. The Jewish people are a religious entity. The Rebbe used to say all the time, there's no such thing as a Jew without Judaism. In the modern world, a very high percentage of Jews are secular. And the miracle is that even though they're so secular to identify as Jews, and they're proud to identify as Jews, and they become very insulted and very defensive when you question their identity as Jews. But the truth is, certainly the truth as far as the Rebbe is concerned, and the truth is there is no such thing as a Jew without Judaism. And if chas v'sholom you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 generations of Jew without Judaism, he's lost. The entire essence of the Jewish people is that we're the nation of God. And the entire essence of the miracle of Jewish survival is the manifestation of God. And the ultimate revelation of the miracle of Jewish survival, the ultimate revelation of the Jewish people, the nation of God, is Moshiach, because then you see God on earth. How there is a harmony between the physical world and the Jewish nation, and all the nations of the world, and the entire creation, in a way that's entirely in sync. And not only it supports Torah, the integrity of the world, the integrity of the Jewish people, the integrity of Eretz Yisrael is all of Torah. And that's why we want Mashiach. We want Mashiach because we want to see God. We want Mashiach because we want it all to make sense. We want Mashiach because we want goodness, which is Godness, to fill every crack and crevice of this earth, including our heart and our mind and the rest of our body and our lives.